Well, that's not supposed to happen.
I've been pitched to about dozens of products over the years. To be honest, I've never really taken any, but there was one company that I've been really looking at trying to get hold of, which was Assassin Goods for these adjustable dumbbells. I'm very excited that I've just got an email from Michael from there who said he's going to send them through, which means I have to do an unboxing and a review. However, the condition is I'm going to be totally honest. So here we go.
So there definitely is some damage to some of the packaging, but it's not really gone through any of the polystyrene or anything. It's a little bit crumbled, but hopefully nothing's been damaged. We'll open it up and see.
Okay, so I just was opening the box and I realised there was a bit of an issue. I couldn't turn the handle properly, which kind of meant that I actually had to take all the individual plates out, which took a long time. As you can see here, it was hard to actually turn the handle. Something just didn't feel right.
Well, that's not supposed to happen. Okay, so it's a bit of a disappointing start, but I'm going to get in touch with Assassin Goods and just kind of see if this is an issue that they normally have, see if they can figure out how to solve it for me. But in the meantime, I'm going to build the stand. I'm not going to really touch the dumbbells or get them out because I want to give you my first impressions when I do actually first unbox them. Okay, so it's the day after and I thought it was an issue with the dumbbell, but then I've taken a closer look at the base and I can see it's actually an issue there. So Michael from Assassin Goods just told me you can take this off and they can send this as a replacement, which is really handy. I think there's a replacement for like all the separate bits, so you don't need to, like if something was to break, it's not like you have to replace the whole expensive dumbbell. All right, so they've sent me through the base. So let's get this out and see whether I can get both adjustable dumbbells working. Oh no. So they haven't sent me the base, they sent me the dumbbell handle. Maybe Michael sent that before I sent the follow-up email on Friday and it's now on Monday. I mean, it's arrived super quick, but still this is not going to fix the issue.
There's always going to be issues with any e-commerce company, but that doesn't make a company good or bad if they have an issue with delivering the products. What really makes them good or bad is how they respond to how things have gone. I can say Assassin's Goods have just been so on the ball. This is now only Wednesday. The issue only happened last Thursday. I only realised what the issue really was on Friday, and so within a few days they sent me 2 new packages. Now you might be thinking, oh well, yeah, you're getting special treatment because you're going to be leaving a review. However, I mean, I've looked online, I can't see any negative reviews about their customer service or anything like that. Whether I got special treatment or not, you can't deny their customer service is good.
So now that we have it all, let me just get this all out of the boxes, get it all set up, and I'll give you my first impressions as I get them out. One little bonus tip, these took me ages to figure out how to put on, even though there's like a picture of it. If you just put it round there, and then the sticky Velcro bit needs to go through the hole, but face down. That's the important bit. And once you've done that, you can then pull it back up, put it back through here, and then stick it down. And that is now on. So I was looking for an extra couple of these things where it's actually just on the leg of this. So I wasted a bit of time there. Okay, so I finally got them all and they're all set up and I've just unboxed them and made sure that they're all working and they're twisting okay and everything. So I was gonna give you my first initial thoughts on some of the pros and the cons from what I can see. It's kind of like 5 main pros of what I see with these dumbbells compared to some other adjustable dumbbells that I've seen in the market. First, obviously it goes up to 41.5 kilograms. It's just really good because obviously some adjustable dumbbells go up to like 20, 25 kilograms and you can quickly outgrow them even on like a bench press and things like that. So for heavy rows, heavy bench presses, squats, these are going to be more than enough for like 99% of people. The second thing is the 1.5 kilogram increments, which is just so useful for things like lat raises, because if you're going from 10 to 12.5 kilograms, that's a 25% increase. And that can be really hard to make those increases in weight at any time. Whereas going from 10 to 11.5 is
much more doable and much more realistic. And to be honest, they're better than most commercial gyms have on offer anyway. Most commercial gyms will be 2, 3, 4, or even 5 kilogram increments. So that's a really good pro. The third thing is that they're mainly metal, most of the dumbbell, which just means that it's less likely to break or be issues. It's often with bits of plastic, as we've already seen, where that can be the cause of issues. The dumbbell themselves, it is pretty much all metal apart from one little part. There's just these parts which are when you go to 4 kilograms to 5.5 kilograms. So it's just this little bit here, and that bit there is plastic. So that's the only issue that I could potentially see breaking at some stage with a lot of use. But apart from that, they're going to be super durable. Not made to be dropped, but I think they probably could be dropped as long as it's with control. The next really good pro is that they've got those flat surfaces, so it just means you can balance them on your knees and you can kick them up for like heavy shoulder presses and things like that. Whereas a lot of other adjustable dumbbells will have like pointy ends, or they've got like a weird shape at the end and it just kills you to dig it into your knees. The other thing on that point as well is that they're very well balanced. Some adjustable dumbbells, like if you put them at a certain angle in your hand, they just always want to get back to another position. Whereas these, you can twist them and they're sort of always going to be pretty well balanced. So it just feels like a normal dumbbell. Some of the cons that I see, the handle diameter is actually quite thick. If you're used to using a barbell, you've probably got like 28, 29 millimeter diameter of the shaft. Yeah, that's the right word. Whereas these are much more, they're like 35 millimeters. It might not sound like much, but it does feel a little bit strange the first time that you use it, especially if you're only used to using barbells. A lot of other adjustable dumbbells will have slightly thicker than 28, 29 millimeter diameter, but these are some of the thickest ones that I've felt. Can I say that? The next con as well is that they do rattle a bit. I don't think it's going to affect performance of the dumbbells at all. However, it might just be a bit of an issue, even if you're curling the dumbbell. There's a bit of a rattle there. So those like quick lifts, you know, things like a snatch, you might just find it a little bit annoying compared to a normal dumbbell. And the other thing that I've noticed as well is that it takes a really long time. If I go, this is the heaviest, 41.5. If I go to the lightest, whew, that is to get to the lightest. Compare that to another set of dumbbells or adjustable dumbbells, it can be, you know, much quicker. It's not really a concern of mine, but it's just something to be aware of. But overall, I really do think it's hard to beat this pair of dumbbells in the UK from what I've seen. There's these and the Brain Gains, and I think it's a pretty close call probably between the two. For a similar price, there's similar style and everything. You've obviously also got things like Iron Masters, but they're gonna cost more and they're gonna be super durable, but they're gonna be even slower to change, much slower than these in fact. Then you've got things like Power Blocks, but they're kind of becoming a bit out of fashion and they're just bulky and they don't feel like a real dumbbell. I mean, if money was no object, the ones in the US that seem the best to me are like the Repins, I think they might be called now, but the Pepins basically, and Reps kind of stole it. Probably worked with them, but they stole it. These, however, I would say are probably some of the best ones that you can get in the UK overall. So I'm going to use these for a month or so, and I'm going to then do a full review and see if any of those issues that I've pointed out do become real issues, or if there's anything else that I see with the dumbbells. So if you're coming from the future, you can watch that video right here. And if you're just like me and you're in the past, or the present, then you just drop me a comment below if there's anything in particular that you want to know about the dumbbell, and I can make sure I include it in that video. But believe me, I'm not going to go easy on these. I'm going to put these through the paces and see how they hold up.